It's set to be a massive night of racing around the country on Thursday night, and Tassie will be getting in on the action with heats of the prestigious Hobart 1000. The only Group 1 of any code on the Apple Isle, the 2020 series has attracted some stellar mainlanders. The best local chance of repelling them being the in-form Winburn Sheehan.
Front, dashed away. He's a good greyhound. Winburn Sheehan from Rivergum Road.
Welcome back to the Catching Pen. There was Winburn Sheehan winning last Thursday, fresh off the back of Group 3 success at Devonport the week prior. Hobart 1000 chat, we just spoke Megastar in the previous segment, and good odds Harada in recent years off the back of $1 million chase win. And, you know, a couple of our favourites have won this race too, the Hobart 1000. Me, Leroy Rogue, hooked on Scotch for you last year, Jace. They're always good races to look forward to at the end of the calendar year.
Yeah, absolutely. I love getting down there for it. And I can tell you, really emotional scenes when Leroy won as well. And there were a few crew on track asking where his number one fan, Mark Olmos, was actually that night.
He was there in the Sky One studio.
Certainly was. Look, no sooner the dogs crossed the line, you know, the screenshot where, look how smart I am. Yeah, anyway, that was a couple of years ago.
And great memories too, and we'll relive a few more. Also looking ahead to heats of the Hobart 1000 this Thursday from Hobart, of course. Brennan Ryan from Tas Racing joins us. Brennan, we've been meaning to get a Ryan on the show, and we finally got you on. Great to have you on, leading into, well, what is Hobart's biggest race, you could argue, being the only Group 1 in the state. Welcome.
Thank you, Mark. Hello to you, Jason. Hello, Patch. Yes, it's our prestigious race. It's the biggest Group 1 outside of the three codes, and each year it comes around. It's just a pleasure to see it unfold, and we've got 7 heats that are just going to produce certainly a very good final next week.
Brendan, before we get into some of the big visiting names, grade the strength of the home team for us this year. Maybe give us what you think, or who you think the top 3 seeds as well for the locals.
Leading into the charge, I think Winburn Sheehan will be the first one to hopefully draw, a locals chance. He's in great shape at the moment for trainer Ben England. Backed off his win in the Devonport Chase and put in a great time of 25.73 down there on Thursday night, and that was a great resounding run. We go into further Fabulous Baroque for trainer Ted Medhurst. He's won 23 races out of his career, and he's won 14 at Hobart. And look, he doesn't win by the biggest margins, but he always gets his head right on the line, and he knows Hobart really well. Going down further, I think Highland Chief for David Croswell. He's in great form too, and look, he's a young runner. He's a little brother to Winburn Sheehan, as we know. Look, I think he's coming together pretty well. Unfortunately, he's had to draw on Tommy Shelby, but hopefully he can tack on and, hopefully qualify behind him. And, we've got, plenty good locals still. We've got the likes of Siberia, Vintage Fame, Rusty the Crow, and Highland Wonder. So there is a good mix there, and Kintyre as well. So it's a good mix of the local contention. Absolutely,
Brennan. And just on those 3 runners with Tab, there is an all-in market available. Winburn Sheehan currently $12, Highland Chief $21, and Fabulous Baroque at $41, Wiz.
The dog that I thought was amongst the better of the local hopes, Brennan didn't actually mention then, so we might get a price and we'll get Brennan's opinion as well. A dog called Recall. Now, he hasn't drawn particularly well in his heat, and it is a heat that probably looks one of the more even ones, Brennan, but he's thrown in the deep end as a very, very inexperienced dog taking out a feature race series basically at his first attempt. What do you make of his chances?
Look, he's going great at the moment. Jack's, tried to do the best by the dog. Look, as you said, he's thrown into the deep end, but everything's going in the right way. The only problem with this dog is he wants to get up the track when he comes out of the boxes. That's his biggest downfall. He's going to have a couple of runners that want to go to his rail from his outside, but look, if he can Hobart's a big track, and it'll suit him down to a T. If he can really, get out and get within that top 4 into the first corner, he'll run a good race. But this is, he's really going to have to come of age in what is a big series.
Brendan, we saw a host of interstaters have their first look at Hobart in trials last Thursday. Tommy Shelby being the most impressive of those, just a length off the track record. But from a more general point of view, to me, it seems to be a great result to get 7 heats for the Hobart 1000. Is that the same feeling locally? And I guess, are you content with the amount of star factor that's come down from the mainland?
Oh, certainly. Patch. It's very hard. Obviously, we're still under COVID-19. I mean, the restrictions are lifting month by month, and look, I know the club, just went out of their way to put out the advertisement, and to get 7 heats is fantastic. Look, we got 8 heats for the Devonport Chase, and look, to get interstate dogs down here, that's a big achievement, and the club's very happy, I know, just to get those runners in. So it's a pretty good effort. I mean, look, to be quite honest, the Ballarat Cup's taken a bit of a shine off us, but nevertheless, I'm not in charge of programming, but we've got 7 heats, and it's fantastic for 2020.
Look, it's probably more of a general comment rather than a question. And Patch, I might even get you to chime in here. I mean, Tommy Shelby, Tigalong Tonk, Shadow Mist, I guess, are the 3 highest profile interstate dogs to go across, but I think Power of Oscar is just about the most interesting. We've seen him run some wicked times, Patch in particular, on the big tracks there in Victoria. Vacant to his inside in his heat. I'm expecting him to go through.
He's a machine, and look, he started off his career at Warragul, and from day one we knew he was a real powerhouse. And Brendan, I guess for you as a local expert down there in Tassie, the Hobart track itself, who's it best suited to? Is it ones that are going to be on speed, or I guess the ones, as we suggested, with a lesser profile and big motor like a Power of Oscar, does it suit them? Who's in favour in terms of the profiles and the way they race going to the heats?
Look, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, Hobart is a testing track, don't get me wrong. Power of Oscar, what he's shown, as you just touched on, his Warragul form, and look, he splits indicate that he's going to handle the track really well. He's more stronger in his middle section, which is what I really like to see. Hobart's a forgiving track. You can either miss a start or come home, and look, we've seen the trials of the likes of Shadow Mist, Run and Carry. They're going to really, take to the Hobart track a lot better. So, I think we're going to see a better improvement in Shadow Mist. I don't want to leave him out. And, Power of Oscar, look, those are the 2 runners I think that are going to really shape up. And it's an interesting mix at what we've got there.
And Brad, it'd be remiss of us if we didn't ask you before we let you go about your dad's dogs in the series. Supreme Shadow, Savage Victor. Savage Victor looks the stronger of the 2 chances?
Yeah, he's going pretty well at the moment. Look, unfortunately, he's had to come across Tommy Shelby, but, this is what happens when you take on a Group 1 series. So, look, he'll go in there at his, at the best chance we can get him in. And Supreme Shadow, look, he ran a fantastic race there last Thursday, and, it'd be miss of us not to see him qualify, but, he's in, and I think we've just got to make sure he can get round. I mean, he's drawn Tigalong Tonk, which is going to be a massive hurdle to overcome, but, we're very proud to have some local stock in the series.
And the littermate of Savage Victor we just saw there, the champ, $1 million chase winner from the 16th of October, Handsome Prince. Tell us what you were thinking watching this replay at home with the family, Brennan.
Well, when he's drawn from out wide, you think, oh dear, how can he come across this? But all of a sudden he's come out and he's really put the speed onto him. He's give the likes of Tommy Shelby a good hip and shoulder going through that first corner. And, oh, look, when he got clear, I mean, we were all just in shock, but then we, jumped up and really started cheering him home. And, it was just fantastic. You never dreamt that your own progeny that you've bred in your backyard is going to go on to win $1 million race, but next minute here's Handsome Prince out in front and goes away to win the world's richest greyhound race.
And Brennan, it was well documented that the greyhound was bought from your family by Shaquille and obviously Peter Lagogiani, and although that did happen, I expect for you and also your whole family there's still a real strong sense of achievement. Oh,
it certainly is. I mean, you look in the likes of the thoroughbred industry, they breed good horses, and they rely on having that banner of, of that progeny going on. And you look at dam lines and all that sort of thing. And for us, we went into breeding our own stock because it's hard in Tasmania to get, race dogs. So we sourced a bitch, we raced Sea Blues Girl, and to see what she's done now in that litter is just fantastic. And, it's, like you said, it's a great thrill when you do it all yourself, and it's something we'll never forget for a long time, let me tell you.
Brendan, thanks for joining us on the final show for 2020 here on the Catching Pen. We'll catch up with you soon, I'm sure, in 2021.
Thanks, Mark. All the best.
Brendan Ryan there from Tas Racing. Great to have him aboard here on the Catching Pen. As we head to a break here, and rounding out this Hobart Thousands segment, I don't think I'll do this any justice, Jace, I'll throw it over to you for the 2013 running.
Yeah, well, this was Paul Licking breaking the track record. 25.64 he run in an absolute all-the-way demolition.
And away, Black Magic Opal came out with Paul Licking. They share the early lead from Yap and Jack the inside, then Javier Bolt fourth and Ronan Izmir next. Over on the inside is Far More Las Vegas, Sing the Song and Clone Your Own last. Paul Licking with that sensational second, Splitters two in front. Black Magic Opal's going to get up along the inside around the turn. It's Paul Licking, Black Magic Opal trying hard. Paul Licking, Black Magic Opal flying. Paul Licking